All right, today we're going to be looking at Bolt. This is from Bolt.new, and this is from the larger parent company, StackBlitz. We're going to be taking a look at this. Essentially, what we can do is put in a prompt like you're using ChatGPT or Claude AI or any other large language model, and we can basically tell it to create an application. You can see all these different prompts right over here. We can start a blog with Astro. We can build a mobile app with native script. Like, look how specific the platforms that it can code under. You could probably tell it to create a WordPress theme, something like that, right? HTML code, it could probably handle that. There's a lot of different tests that we can do. Look at this, draft a presentation with slide dev. So there's a lot of things we can do. We're going to take a look at this, and what I want to do is actually put a new prompt in here that's just completely different than what other people are. I mean, the obvious thing is people are creating AI content writing tools, but I don't think that we need another one of those. What I think we need is some other creative type things. So we're going to try a little bit different tool. So let's go get started. Now I want to see if we can actually build a tool with this prompt that I created right here. And we're going to go ahead and see, it says, make me a web app that analyzes a YouTube channel and their last 50 videos. The tool will find any videos that got over 1,000 views, and then it will list them for me. It will also put the analyzed videos into parent categories that the tool assigns. For example, if 10 videos had to do with Etsy, blah, blah, blah. So you can see, you can pause the video and read the rest, but this is my prompt right here. It's something that I use ChatGPT and Claude to do, and it does a really good job. I analyze other tools using AI, and then it helps me to find other videos that I can create and so forth. But if we could build a tool that, because a lot of people don't know how to use ChatGPT like that, right? And so if we could build a tool and just make it kind of public, or maybe even charge people for it, then that would be really cool, right? So let's see what we can, if this can actually pull this off. I think this is a pretty creative idea. So I'm going to put that prompt in there, and I'm just going to say go. Actually, I need to go in here, and we are inside over here. So I think that we're going to say new project right here. This is going to be a little bit of a walkthrough. So some other people, I've watched a couple other videos, and they've already built the tool and showed you. I'm actually doing kind of a first look. How do we do this? Let's try this. And we can see that there's all kinds of different platforms that this tool can code in, which is super, super cool. To be honest with you, I don't know what most of these are. You can see that you can do HTML static right there. So there you go with some static HTML, or you could code a WordPress theme right there. There's a lot of them, but I'm going to try full stack because from my understanding, that is basically front end and back end put together. So we'll just come over here and look. I think I've heard of Remix before, so maybe we would try Remix. I think that's the one that we're going to go. Let's just try that. So what it's doing is it's cloning this from GitHub, the Remix run. And then now we have our basic base of the coding right over here. And you can see we have nothing going on over here on the right-hand column, but I'm going to go over here and, okay, so right now this is what it ends up coming back. So I actually had to try it twice. The first time it was making me choose a platform to code on. And then I went ahead and just logged out, logged back in, tried it one more time where I just went to this screen right here and plugged this in and pushed go again. And then it came back with this, right? It says, I apologize, but I need to point out that creating a YouTube channel analyzer would require the YouTube data API, which needs API keys and server-side processing. That's fine. But what it did was it said, however, I can create a demo version that simulates the analysis with mock data to show you how the UI and functionality would work. This will help you visualize the concept. So then it went out and created all these different parts of the coding. And then we have our start application right there. So I've analyzed a beautiful demo version I've created a beautiful demo version of the YouTube video analyzer with a modern dark theme UI. The app includes, I didn't tell it anything about what it should look like, but you can see it's super modern design right here. A clean input field for the YouTube channel URL, loading state animation, error handling for invalid URLs, categorize video results with thumbnails, video counts, dates, blah, 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 responsive design that works on all devices. Since this is a demo version, it uses mock data to simulate the analysis. To make this fully functional, you will need. So this is super cool, guys. It tells us what we need to make this tool actually function and work. So even if you're not a coder, even if you wanted to hire someone, you could go and kind of walk them through, do a video presentation of this is what I want, right? And this is going to get you so far. Obviously, there's so many apps that we're going to be able to create, and I'm sure we'll be able to pull this off if you have any kind of coding knowledge. But I'm even thinking about it for someone like myself and most people that don't know how to code at all. We don't know the first thing about coding. What you could do is use this app to even just get something that looks like what you want. And then you could go and walk through and record a Loom video so that you can go and hire someone on Upwork or wherever that you're going to find an actual web developer, right? And you could actually walk them through, hey, this is like kind of exactly what I want you to build. And you could even show them this tool or whatever, and they're going to be able to put everything together on the back end. And so that's pretty cool, right? And it actually tells you like kind of what we're missing, what we need to do, next steps. We would need a backend server to securely store the API key, YouTube data API integration, video categorization. And would you like me to explain how to implement any specific part? So you can actually say, hey, how do I do all this? Super cool. I don't know if we're going to be able to put any, channel in there to demo this. I'm just going to say analyze, please enter a valid channel. Let's just go find one. All right, so I'm just going to plug in my channel and just see what ends up happening. So analyze channel. So it's analyzing the channel right here. And then this is what it would look like, right? If we have it set up and we have the API key, this is what your tool essentially could look like, right? You put in your channel and you push analyze channel, analysis results, passive income strategies. We have 2 videos right here. How I made 5,000 from print on demand. It had 15,000 views. This one had 12,000 views. And then we have another category because this is how we told it to separate this out, right? We have our SEO marketing right there. We have our business growth right there. That's super, super cool. This is just kind of a dummy of what this could actually result in. You know what I want to do? I want to say, hey, without using the YouTube API, if somebody provides the data, could you do this? So let me go and ask the AI that, and we'll come right back. Okay, so it's modifying the tool. You can see it coding right now before our very eyes. I said, could you actually make this tool without having to use the YouTube API key if the user provides all the data into the input box? Yes, we can modify the tool to accept manual data input instead of using the YouTube API. Users can paste a list of video URLs with their view count, and we will parse and categorize them. Okay. So what we would want, so this is, look at the tool's smart enough to know that it literally made a bigger box right here, right? So we'll have the title, we'll have the URL, paste your video data in the format shown below. Each video should include a title, URL, views, and we're not going to have you know what? So here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to go over to YouTube and we're going to analyze my channel. We're going to say, click on videos, and we're going to just kind of go like this. It needs to be in this format. So it's going to be like this. So we're going to go back over to the tool and I'm going to say, good, but it needs to be in this format, and then put that a colon there and then paste that in. And then let's see if it now can catch the pattern that we're going to see the title and basically just the views, the 10 days right there. It's going to code this in for us and so forth. So now it's fixing and updating the coding, and we'll see what it comes back with. All right, so now it's doing its coding for us. And here is what our new kind of formatting is going to look like. And then we'll go and test our app out. So we've updated the analyzer to handle the YouTube style format key changes, updated the parser to handle blah, blah, blah. I mean, look at this. It's just doing all the coding for us. The tool will now parse the video in that style, convert K views to actual numbers, calculate dates based on days ago, sort videos by view count within categories, and only show categories with videos greater than 1,000 views. You can now paste the videos list directly, right? So this is now the format, right? So we've got a couple different examples of the format right here, and it's looking for this exact format right here. So let's just go and test out our new tool. Obviously, that's a pretty dang cool user interface that we were able to create in a matter of seconds. Super cool. Let's go test it out now. So I'll go back over to the channel, and I'm going to go over here and just kind of hover over. This is kind of how I do this in ChatGPT and Claude, I'm going to go and just look at, the last couple months of my data. So let's just go to like right there, and I'm going to unclick my left mouse, and I'm going to do a Control C for copy. And then we're going to go back into Bolt, and I'm going to paste all that data in here. Look, all that data is in here into this input box. And I'm going to say analyze videos. Let's see if it can actually do this for us. So we got a problem. It is coming up with some videos but we have no thumbnails. We're going to have to address that as well, right? We're at the beginning stages of this. It says potential problem detected, show problem right here. What is it saying? So we've got each child in a list should have a unique key, blah, blah, blah. Should we try to fix this? Let's click the fix button, problem, and we will go and try this out again. I noticed that we're missing some key components and proper key handling in the list rendering. Let me add the missing components and fix the key problem. Thank you, AI. Thank you, Bolt, for doing all this coding and fixing our coding for us. So far, pretty impressive, but let's see if we can actually pull this off and get it to work for us. So right now it's doing all of its updating for us. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to paste that same data in. We're going to see if it, works better this time. So we have our content right here, and we need to fix the thumbnail problem, and then it's not pulling in the titles or anything like that. So it's still not functioning. Let's keep working on it. Okay, perfect. So it actually worked. Now keep in mind, we're not going to have our thumbnail previews because we would need to provide the API, right? So it can actually scrape those thumbnails, right? So we're not going to have the thumbnails. That's why we're not getting the thumbnails here, but we finally were able to get it, and it worked itself out. It actually fixed itself. So you can see right over here, it put it into categories, reviews and comparisons. We've got all of the software reviews right here, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos. And you can see that one got 2,000 views and was a month ago. So it is actually calculating the days and how long ago that was. You've got 1,000 views, 2,000 views. So it's actually bringing in, kind of rounding it off if it got 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 4,000 views right here. And then it put in a news and updates category for us right here, follower update, and then other content right over here. So like Pinterest videos and, ranking, different ranking, getting traffic and SEO type videos. They're all under here. Maybe we could put in there that we could specify the categories that we want to put in there. It did a pretty good job. This is actually pretty cool. Something that if it didn't work itself out and fix itself, this was my prompt that I was going to try to use to fix it, which was please update the process encoding and function that the date does not matter of the data. We just need to analyze the title and views. So this is pretty cool. So what happens if we wanted to deploy this? We've got our YouTube video analyzer. Analyze your YouTube video channel's popular videos and discover platform content patterns. Now we could change the UI to say, hey, we don't want a thumbnail. We want it to be in list format. Those are some improvements that I would make in order to, before I deployed this, because I wouldn't deploy this the way that this is right here. And obviously if we're going to build this tool and actually charge for it, we would want to build in our YouTube API. So we can just put the channel URL and then it goes to work and works its magic, right? But I think that this just kind of opens your eyes to what this tool actually could do. This was a creative way to use the tool. I think there would be a little bit more work involved in order to get this to go public and actually share it. But this is actually pretty cool. Even if you were using it for personal use, the way that I built this would actually work because it does identify the videos that, and we could even put in here, can you also add a section where it creates your next based on these viral videos? Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so I'm going to just add in a little prompt here and then push go and see if it can pull this part off. So it's going to go and code for us. What I want it to do is take the titles that it found and then basically give us 10 YouTube titles after that are based on those videos that it identified that went, that were successful for the channel. But then now I want it to create some new titles for us, 10 titles that are 70 characters or less long, and we'll see if it can do this for us. So it's doing its coding right here, and we'll check it out. You can see all the things that it's doing in the background too. It's added an AI title generator utility that extracts key phrases from successful videos, uses engagement driving keywords. It did all these things that we didn't even specify to do, follows proven title patterns, ensures titles are under 70 characters, maintains relevance to the channel's content. a new title suggestions component that displays generated titles in a clean interface, updates the app component. Let's go. I've got 2K daily tokens remaining, but this is just fun using this tool already. Let's go and paste in our content again and analyze the channel, and let's see what it ends up doing. So this is, are these the titles right here? Okay, so we've got viral title suggestions, what nobody tells you about SEO game. I tried media marketing, how to achieved, let's see. I tried about blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here are all those videos again. And these titles, we would need a little bit of work because I would have to say that these are not quite, like the truth about domain selling. So these are not necessarily have to do with my channel. So we would need to go back and forth, but I guarantee that if I spend another 15 minutes, we'll be able to hone in on this. Like we were able to fix all this right over here. It's not going to work. What I'm discovering, it's not going to work on its first run. You're going to need to say, oh, okay, well, it did a good job with the user interface. This is really cool, but it didn't really, these are not relevant. So we need to say, hey, these are not relevant to the videos that you returned. And I know I'm very confident from what I've seen so far with Bolt that it's going to be able to fix itself. So this is super cool. It added in this function that we can copy right here. So we can copy that and let's go see if it actually works. We'll come over here and paste. So look at this. You can literally go and copy right over here, copy these right here. You can see how you could actually build a tool, a pretty dang cool tool that has a really good user interface. I'm very impressed with this. Kind of mind-blowing. And then what do you do when you click on the deploy button? So deploy this application. Just wondering if we can go and you can build the application. You can deploy this to Netlify. So that's another step I'm not going to get into with this video, and you can see I just hit my rate limit for the day anyways. So obviously, if you're going to really go and build an actual app using Bolt, you're going to need to sign up for their plans. Let's come over here and see what are their plans. I guess just subscribe. So here's their plans. We've got monthly plans starting at $20 per month for 10 million tokens. You're going to be totally fine on the $20 a month plan. You got a $50 a month plan, $100 a month plan, $200 a month plan, and you can go with yearly and save on these other plans over here. Definitely monthly is probably the one I would go because you're not saving that much. But it looks like Pro, you'll be able to do quite a bit of cool things with this. What do you guys think below? Leave a comment below. This is my first time logging into the tool and just thought I'd get creative and try to build a different tool that, that's not just an AI writer. What do you guys think? This is super cool. Make sure to subscribe to learn more if you want more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.